Take 3! Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here, the Transformers Legacy United review. In this review, take a look at Cybertron Universe Starscream, a Voyager-class Transformer from the Legacy United line. Here in front of us is the package. Now this box, this guy was revealed on the Transformers Hasbro Pulse fan stream this past Thursday. It was like March, I don't know, 18th, something like that. When it was revealed, it was already been up for order on like cmdstore.com. I missed out on the one from CMD Store, which is okay. I'm not big on Cybertron, Transformers Cybertron, all that. So I was like, if I find this guy in the store, I'll pick him up. But the same day of the fan stream, one of my local toy shops got this guy in. So I went down there, picked him up, Silverbolt, the concept art Sunstreaker, and the Gamer Edition Sideswipe. So they got most of the wave in, not the entire wave. I was hoping for Sandstorm and Gears, but I haven't got any of those. Sandstorm I really do want. But we got the Starscream here. I got the box art, really nice on the side. Turn here, robot mode like this. Now it is able to get in these kind of poses. It's a very posable figure. Turn the back side, 26 steps will get you all the way around. Does feature like the keys they had in the original toys, and I guess in the cartoon. I actually never seen this series fully. I need to maybe get down and sit down and watch it one day. Got the Legacy United side box art. It is part of the 40 years of Transformers. So let's take a look at the figure. Okay, inside the box you get your handy dandy instructions. You also get his rifle, his weapon, and you get like a little Cybertronian key. Got the Decepticon insignia right there on it. So they get that, and of course you get the figure. Now, out of the ones I got that day, I haven't opened Silverbolt yet. I have actually more displeased with this figure here. I was like, this was the worst of the three I've opened, between Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, and Starscream, just for the sheer fact that mine has a QC issue, and it really bugs me. It has a few issues, honestly. The right arm here does not stay on the mushroom peg, and so when I'm transforming it or just moving his arm around trying to pose him, this arm can pop off pretty easily. It will slide and become really loose, so that's a bummer. I tried to push it on. There's no snap to get it to snap into place, so I might have to try to do a little quick fix on that later. But just beware that could happen on your copy. I don't know if it's a rampant issue. I haven't watched the other reviews of this guy yet, because I want to go into my reviews with a fresh, open mind on the figure itself and not be influenced by other people first. So I was very displeased with this figure at the start. Once I get out of the package, not happy. And he's fiddly. The guns, I kept popping off his arms. When I transformed him into his alt mode, there is a peg that doesn't want to stay pegged. It wants to force itself out, so the alt mode has to... It doesn't sit properly in a way, so it really bugs me. I'm hoping over time those issues will go. I can fix the shoulder, and the pegging issue might get better, because I mean, who doesn't like being pegged? Now, during the fan stream, they did say that this guy here is a partial of Siege Starscream. Now, I looked at both figures, or the Siege Seekers, and tried to find similarities or pieces reused, and I did find a couple. It's not anything big. That's something you're really going to notice. You'll notice it in transformation that the hands themselves are different, but the piece that the hands are connected to is probably much the same. So we open this guy up here for transformation. It just has the same kind of transformation scheme. This piece here wants to fold up and around. The hands are different, though. We'll show that. But on Screamer, his actually open up the reverse. I'll take the gun out. This is in my way. Reverse way, again, you get that same piece. Like I said, the hands are different, but the way these transform are very, very similar. They probably just reused that piece there that rotates in for the hands. Now here on the shoulders, you can see this little piece here, how it has these lines on each side, these grooves. They did reuse the shoulder piece here. They reused the bicep, not the elbow joint here in the middle, not the elbow piece, but the bicep, and they reused the butterfly piece here for the butterfly joint. So I reused that stuff, so I'll show you that on him. We'll remove his weapon here. We'll show him on this arm. You can see inside here, again, you got the grooves on the side piece there. Very similar, huh? You push that back, make it look better. You can see there. They reused that. And again, on the bicep, you can see how it's got that piece here. It's got a lot of cover, you can see that. The elbow joints are different. They're similar but different, but they do reuse that bicep piece. And then again, like I said, the butterfly joint in the back, they reuse that piece back there. Harder to see on him. That's all I could find that was reused from each figure. So this got some pieces. They called it a partial. It's just some joints that they reused, which I'm perfectly happy with. You got some, hips, elbows, shoulders that are hidden behind the actual shoulder piece of the actual molded figure. That's fine. The joints are fine. Reuse the hell out of the joints if that's going to get us money, as long as it doesn't compromise the figure. That saves a little bit of money. I'm for that. I'm not big on the actual joints themselves. That's fine. But that's the only thing I could find that was reused between this one and Siege Starscream. Now inside the box, these pieces here are separate. You'll have to actually peg those on. Just slides right over a peg. And you get his gun here. Now it shows you the storage for the figure when he's not holding his hand. Using this tab down here. And you tab it in this, or if he's going the other way, you tab it in that one. But to me, that's a little awkward. I mean, it's just sticking out his back and it's kind of preventing his arms from moving. I mean, there is a peg hole right there and a peg. Why not just do that? You can't get a 360 waist rotation on this guy anyway. I just don't see you just stick it there. Maybe because from this side it's kind of phallic looking. I mean, good thing I don't have a white blast effect. But then you also get the Cybertron key, which I showed earlier, which has that little slot tab. Let's go right in this slot here. So you're unlocking some features on the figure. Also, it does go into the gun. So put him down. Again, with the tab, there's this little slot piece right here. Sorry, this purple don't really want to show up very well in my background. But this slots right into the back of the weapon as well. And, of course, just put that sucker right in his hand. There you go. Starscream has his weapon. Alright, comparisons with some other Starscreams, all Voyager class. We got, I think, Armada Starscream here. Again, I haven't reviewed this guy. I got him last year, but he is an excellent figure too for posability. You can get him lots of poses. Same with this guy. This guy does pretty good as well. And this is, of course, Siege Starscream, which we're going to take him out. And we're going to bring in Earthrise Starscream, which is the figure of Starscream that's going to give you the least amount of posing. He's the more G1 accurate, but because he has no 360 waist swivel or waist swivel to speak of, you're going to get less out of this one. And next to a little old hot shot. Articulation on the figure. You're going to get leg kicks to there, way back to there, upper thigh swivels, deep knee bends. It does lock into place on there. When you do lock it in place, you still get a little bit of forward movement and rock. Ankle tilts for days. A little bit of a toe tap going on here. You're going to get 360 shoulders. Now this is going to be a least amount of articulation here because of these on top are going to hit this up here, but shoulder movement inside that way. You get your upper bicep swivel and you get elbow bends to there, and you do get a wrist swivel. Knock that gun off right here. Waist articulation, you only get this movement here because you end up hitting the back piece back here that is tabbed in. You can untab this and then get your 360. The head, you got no up, slight down, and you can 360 it all the way around. No hollowness in the back. Wish it had light piping because you get a lot of the dead eye look. You just have some like purplish paint on in there. It's really hard to see, almost like a metallic lavender. A lot of this, he's got this purple translucent plastic here. Looks really good, same plastic color they used on the weapon and on his little blades that come out on the back of his guns on the side. Bring that down. Now that's the thing. That's why I guess the key put in back of his in his back and supposed to unlock these. I guess on the original figure, I never had it. Now these things are so big and they're so bulky that they're easy to knock off. That's why I said the figure. He's a wonderful figure. He's just got a lot of parts, so he's got a lot of kibble things. He's just got a lot of stuff hanging out here that you can knock off. It's in your way. These are on hinges. You can move these out of your way as well, so you don't have them sticking all the way out. See, this damn thing doesn't want to stay in for nothing. So that between his arm and this, it's a lot. I don't like him for certain aspects, but overall, just if you want to take a Transformer and pose him in certain poses, this guy is awesome for that. He also has a peg hole here for a stand, which I don't have any left. All I have is the one that came with Studio Series Soundwave that was a satellite, so it's not tall enough to do anything. It just fits right in there. But he's got a spot for a flight stand or a figure stand to hold them up in the air, and you can get them in some nice like flight poses and everything. You get them really good. So again, I love the look of the figure. I love the articulation on the figure. I love the posability of the figure. I'm just not so big on, I don't know, this. Mine has a QC, and it's just the weapons here on the side just pop out way too easily on my copy. So it could see, your mileage may vary kind of thing on your copy. This could be a lot better. Alright, so we're going to transform this guy right here. So his arm might pop off during this transformation, but let's hope it does not. Because the first thing you got to do, this is when I found out his arm would pop off. The first thing you got to do in transformation is you're going to turn it, these things on the side. You're going to turn them here at the arms all the way in like this. All the way around. And you're going to open his arms up. And you're going to fold this in, close it back up. Same on the other side. Close it back up. Now you're going to take his arms, bring them up like this. Then you take this right here, actually untabs from inside here. Bring this down. Untab, bring that down. Then bend his elbows back. And you see that I just have to remove these because they're just going to fall off as I do this. You see he's got this peg back here, the peg hole that was on the gray. You want to peg that in to the back. See, this one here does not want to stay pegged on, just wants to pop right out. That's my other issue. Just wants to come out. Doesn't want to stay pegged on. So this is a few things with this figure here. It just really, really irk me. It just doesn't work out for me. But once you get him into his alt mode, I mean, it's pretty good. Stay on. Come on. There we go. Then you move these here out of your way. You're going to take this gray piece back here, pull this down. You can take his head, fold that onto the inside, close it back up. Then you're going to bring these up and around without pulling them out. And you see there's a tab here, a slot here. You're just going to tab these together. Now this whole section here is going to come up. You see there's a little hinge here. I'm going to unpeg the back from that, bring that up. Now come down to his feet, fold these heel spurs to the front. You see there's a little spot here. You want to tab that in. See on this side. Tab that in. And there's a piece underneath the feet. Bring that forward. Come to the back side. You want to open this up. Now you want to take them here, turn them at his thigh swivels, and then you're going to bring his legs up, bend them at the knee, and you're going to bring this down. I'm going to take his feet, I'm going to fold them like this. Then we're going to bring his legs up. And as you bring this up, see his arms here also have these little tabs. You're going to try to catch that in the legs, but it helps if the figure would stay tabbed on here or pegged in. So as you bring this up, there's these little slots up here in the knees. You're going to try to catch onto that. I say he doesn't stay pegged in very well. I have the arm that falls off. So just getting this guy transformed is a pain in the butt for me. Then you gotta try to get his legs in. Come on, you shit over. There we go. We just gotta tab them together. Tab you shits. So you're doing so, don't untab the stupid arms or unpeg them from the thing. That's the one that doesn't want to stay pegged. Alright, these are supposed to stay tabbed on, but mine just fall off way too easily, so we're just going to peg these back on here. This. Yeah, I just find it easier just to remove them for the transformation. And on the bottom, you have this piece here that you will close up together. You can see all these tabs. But before I do that, The gun stores back in the back. Now what you can do is you store it this way. You can see there are these tabs right here. You see on the gun here, underneath it by the peg, there are these little, it's hard to see because it's purple and the background is too dark. But you can see that there are these little slots on each side of this little wings. So you're just going to slide that in. And we're just going to peg that upwards. Like that. So I hold the gun in there. And again, you can store the key in the gun, or you can keep it back here in the back of Starscream. Either way, there or up here in the gun. Now, while you got in this way, this got that peg hold back here that does support blast effects like that. You also have these little things here, which I don't think it's going to hold a blast effect. No, they're too big. Again, his arm is not wanting to stay pegged on right. There you go. Another thing you can do with the gun, though, is it goes down here. You open this up, and it's going to store on the underside, and you'll close this up around it. So what you're going to do here, you can see these two tabs back here. Again, you're just going to do it on the same spot. Bring this back, tab that in, then you'll close this up around it. Like that. So you can store it on top, or you can store it here underneath on Starscream. Now in this mode here, you can take these little purple blades, bring them around to the front as well. And there you go. This is a really dark purple. If you get in the right kind of light, it almost just turns black because it's such a dark purple. But the light, though, is a bright purple. But once you turn that out of light, it's so dark on here. You can see here, this looks black, but you got to get in the light to get that purple effect. So it's a nice figure in vehicle mode. I do like the vehicle mode. And it's got that, like I said, you close that up, you got a base, so it sits really well. There's no wheels, so it's not going to roll. Now let's compare it here with the Earthrise Starscream. The Earthrise Starscream is longer in vehicle mode. It has that nose that goes further than this one. You can see here. You gotta back this up. These guys are pretty big, but yeah. He takes up more space than the Cybertron. Cybertron compacts a little bit more than the Earthrise. And next to a deluxe class transformer, I can't remember the guy's name already, but you can see the size difference here. Closer look here at the jet. I really do like the look of it. I like the gold paint here, which I forgot to point out in robot mode. The purple translucent plastic is nice. It's just awful dark. It got some red paint here on the sides and the back. It's got a decent amount of paint on this figure. Underside, he cleans up fairly well. Like the gun storage, I like both spots. I actually kind of prefer the bottom here. I just like that a little bit better. The key storage, like you can do there. If you store the gun down here, you can still fit the key, I believe, because there's a round there. I haven't actually tried that, but I like the key back there. Again, like I showed you earlier, you can stick the blast effects in his little porthole here, so you have him flying. And of course, the gun supports blast effects here underneath. You'll need a skinny one because of the clearance issues with the front of the jet to have it blast there. Up here, you might have a little more room to put a bigger one, more wider blast effect. No wheels, so it's not going to roll. You do have some more ports here. So in this mode here, again, you have the ports back here for like a flight stand or something. Or just balances pretty well here. Got to get tab nice. So final thoughts on the Starscream. I like it. I love the look of it in both modes, robot and alt mode. I prefer the robot mode. But in robot mode, the side guns here do come off pretty easily on my copy. That right arm pops off. So there's a few things that bug me about this. Transforming this guy into this mode here for me, because of the arm, because of that one arm on the other side that doesn't want to stay on that peg, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for me to get him in this mode just because of the QC issues my copy has. Like I said, I don't know if it's on other copies, but it's just on my copy, and it's just a pain in the butt to transform him. It's a pain in robot mode to pose him, but the end result of the poses are beautiful. It's just me getting him there because of the issues of the figure. I hate getting there. So it makes me not want to touch the guy or fiddle with this transformer or play with it. I just want to put him on the shelf and leave him because he looks nice. But he poses so good. He's such a fun transformer. This QC is really ruining the fun for me. So because my copy just falls apart and it just really annoys the crap out of me. So it's still a good figure. It has its flaws, But overall, it's probably the best looking so far out of the ones I got between Silverbolt, this one, Sunstreaker, and Sideswipe. And thanks for watching this long-winded, frustrating review for me. Till the next ones. Peace out.